welcome to opening day of deer season, bow season, 2021. And it is not opening day at all. It is opening day for me, which is November 2nd. My first time out, really. Just been doing other things this fall, so first time out. Chilly, 28 degrees this morning. Getting a late start because I'm not set up with a tree stand this year. I'm going to be hunting from the ground, so I'll be walking in looking for a crossing trail with a scrape and see if we can set up and ambush something at a scrape rather than put all the effort into a tree stand, which might only get used a couple of times this year. So anyway, it's about 10 minutes after legal shooting light, and I've got a buck up ahead here a few hundred yards at the edge of a field, so couldn't get a good look at him, but I'm gonna sneak in a little closer and see what we got, and maybe move on and find a spot to set up for the day. So it's peak rut right now, November 2nd, or maybe not peak, but they should be moving all day, so we're gonna find a spot to set up and see what happens. Alright, quick update. We didn't get in on that buck. I don't know where he went. He disappeared. There was 2 does out in the field that I managed to spook away. I'm gonna move on, but it's a perfect morning. There's ducks flying everywhere. Kind of makes me wish I was duck hunting. Seen mallards and teal and wood ducks all over the place. Even some geese. Check this out. How's that for a rubbing post, huh? It's almost worn all the way through. That's pretty awesome. Alright, I'm going to continue on. I've got a spot in mind up here, another half mile or so. That's kind of a pinch point around a little pond, so I think I might set up there. See how it looks when we get there, though. Alright, well, we've reached the spot that I wanted to get to. There's a trail. There's a trail right here coming out of it that has a good rub on it. And right here, we've got a nice active scrape right here. Unfortunately, I don't have a good place to set up other than right on top of this. It's probably better than any other option I've got right now. So I'm gonna set up here and maybe sit here for a couple hours. I've got the sun right at my back, so they won't be able to see me. And I don't think they'll be able to see me in these shadows right here, so it'll be kind of nice. So I'll sit here and honk on the grunt call and see if something comes in. I think this is gonna give me my best shot for a little while anyways. Let's get set up here. Here comes a big buck. We got a buck coming right now. That's a good one. Let's get our quiver on here. They're going to be maybe coming up into this field. Alright, here comes 3 does. I'm guessing there's a buck behind them. He's pushing them. Oh yeah, here they come. was an exciting morning anyways. Right off the bat, I set up right in here. Instantly had 2 bucks walking towards me, so I just kind of threw my stuff down and got ready to shoot just in case they came down my ridge. Unfortunately, they went just 1 ridge further over, and then got all set up, and 5 minutes later, 3 does and 2 more bucks came down the same ridge. It's about 120 yards away. So I sat a little longer, figured something else might come by, and sure enough, 2 does came blasting right in here to the field. And they fed around here 10 yards away for about 5 minutes, and they kept looking back over their shoulder this direction. Thought, man, sure enough, there'd be a buck running in after them, but nothing came. Eventually just kind of walked off down the trail here. So it's about 9:45 now. I'm gonna pack up my stuff and walk over to where all the deer were and see why they went that way instead of down my trail here. Maybe that's a spot I want to set up on in the future. Well, I walked over to where all the deer were this morning, and it does look like a nice, well-used trail. Didn't find any scrapes or rubs along it, but definitely where they've been traveling quite a bit, so I found a spot where I could set up with a west wind. There's kind of 2 trails that come out, one about 10 yards and one about 20 yards, so could be an option for the evening. But right now I'm going to head over to a spot where I used to hunt a bunch of years ago down in the bottom of a valley, get out of the wind, where I can sit down for a while and just kind of wait things out, maybe find a scrape and sit by it. So got about another half-mile hike back into that, so I'll catch you when we get to the bottom. Alright, we made it to the bottom. I think there's something coming. Maybe a squirrel. I don't know. Oh, it's a chipmunk. Made it to the bottom. I had to do a little bit of bushwhacking to get down here, but it's grown in a lot since I was last down here, probably 5 or 6 years ago. We're down in this, kind of where the valley flattens out. There's a creek about 50 yards that way. And I'm in kind of an oak stand right here, a bunch of oaks that, I don't know if they have acorns this year or not, but there's some really good trails coming down off of the ridge right to me. One coming right by me actually, but there's really no way to get off of it. I'm at least in the shade a little bit here. It's quiet so I can hear things coming at least, so I think I'm going to sit here for a while, eat my lunch, and then maybe walk across the creek, check on my old stand where I used to have a stand over there, see if there's an active scrape over there, and if there is, I'll move over to that side. Well, just finishing up my snack here. It's about 1 o'clock. Set up basically right under the tree that I used to have a stand in. My stand used to be this oak tree right here. It has a fork in it. That was about 10 years ago, 12 years ago maybe. Probably 10 years ago. Changed so much since then. But I've got a trail here. Comes right around this hillside. And crosses in front of me at about 15 feet. And then I've got another trail down there. It's about 15. I'll use a rangefinder real quick, but I think it's about 15, 20. And that's it. That's it. That's all I've got for shooting lanes. Fortunately, there's a scrape right about there on the back side of that thick brush. So if they come, I can see through a little bit right there. And I might be able to get ready, draw when they're at the scrape. And then hopefully they don't go down the creek over the hill. Instead they come right through here. This right here is my shooting window. Sitting next to this giant oak tree right here. I've always had good luck using big oak trees as cover before, so you just have to be ready to move as soon as you see something coming. Move to the back side and get ready to draw. So, see how it goes. Real quick update. We've got about an hour left of shooting time. I've been down in this valley all afternoon into the evening, and I've seen zero, nothing. but it's getting to be prime time now, so maybe something will wander by. Surround view 360 blind. Do I shoot him or no?